Hey guys, I hope I don't look as rough as I feel. I know I look kind of rough anyway as it is, but I woke up this morning with some food poisoning and I called my primary care provider and he got me what I needed. So I just want to give him a shout out. It's Dr. Anthony Carter in Tompkinsville, Kentucky. Yes, he's my dad, but I do not take that for granted for 1 second. If you know my dad, he's ready and willing at all times to take care of you, to meet your needs, to listen to you, and to make sure that you get the help and support, whatever intervention that you need medically. And I could recommend no better doctor than my own father. And the second best doctor would be my sister Amy, but you know, Dad was there for me this morning, so he gets the sponsor for this week. So if you're looking for a primary care, a family care doctor, again, someone that will listen and take your cares and concerns seriously and will listen like a friend, but provide for you like a professional, that's my dad, Dr. Anthony Carter in Tompkinsville. Thank you.
If I could put our legs out, we're going to play like footsie here.
Nah, you're good. Show them your socks here. Don't talk into your mic. Just raise up. There you go. Yeah. Tell them what the socks are.
Kind of a big deal around here. Wore them just for you, Ben.
I wore this just for you.
I think I could
Traitor.
I think I could fit mine on still. I think I weigh 300 pounds exactly.
Oh my gosh! I've got to be pushing it. I've got to be close. I have to be close if I'm not.
295 or 300 easy. But again, I've not lifted weights.
Hey, but if you lost 40 pounds, you'd be jacked, bro.
I would. Remember that?
Yeah,
hey, but if I lost weight now, I'd have to buy new clothes.
Yeah.
I'm not buying new clothes.
Let me raise you up here.
You didn't tell me your camera adds 15 pounds.
Yeah, it's camera. Oh crap, man! Go turn that. Go close that door. There. No, I got it. I got to close that door behind you. It's gonna drive me crazy. We'll lock it. You know, you can't.
In case somebody comes in on
In
us.
case somebody comes in on us.
Well,
All right.
I lost the tie for you, so
I appreciate it.
that was choking me to death. I want to say Happy Veterans Day to you, Ben.
Oh, thank you. It's a pleasure. It was so weird being like in the military because I never felt like I was like, obviously I was in the military and like I was experiencing everything, but I never felt like I was like with them, like just getting to witness and experience, but it wasn't like, and not in a bad way. It's like when people tell me like, "Oh, Happy Veterans Day, thank you for your service." Like it doesn't. I feel like it's like and I get this almost sounds like a humble brag, and I don't mean it that, but it's like I don't deserve that because as crappy as some of the stuff that went on was, like people did experience a lot worse. So,
Yeah. But no, I appreciate your sacrifice going overseas, fighting for the country.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, you were there. And
I listen. I don't deny, but I appreciate it. I'll tell you what I tell everybody else is I appreciate your appreciation, and I appreciate the Huddle House free meal today. Waffle, bacon, eggs. Just one.
Oh.
I only had time for lunch.
What'd you eat for lunch?
Huddle
Get a
House.
cheeseburger?
No, I wanted the waffle, and I wanted the bacon and eggs over easy, hash browns.
So if I ask you Huddle House or Waffle House, what are you picking?
Oh, Waffle House for sure. Waffle House for sure, but we only have.
We got a Huddle House in Russell County where I live.
So, I want to thank you for coming in, because I know you traveled a little ways.
Great distances to be here.
Great distance to be here. A true testament of our friendship. But before we get into it, I want to give you this Just everybody that comes on here.
I didn't bring you anything.
I know. You brought yourself, man. Like, and this is courtesy of subscribers. This is courtesy of Average Joe's. So I wanted to get you something for yourself, but also for that you could probably use for
Christmas
family.
tree, man.
Christmas tree, Xbox.
Appreciate that. I'll put that on there.
Yeah, show the camera.
Which camera?
Actually,
This camera here. Say something.
I'll talk. Yeah, right there. Yeah, show them. Here, let me have it. I'll put it up there real quick. Just big goober, ain't I? Yep. And giant Uno.
I like John. Me and the boys can play.
Yeah, you and the boys can play.
That one. That'd be a good one.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, Ben.
You're welcome, man. And yeah. Also, you get a free subscription to the Patreon.
I'm already a paid subscriber.
You are. I'll keep this month just cause, but after that, no, it'll be free. So, and you know what? I didn't print off the history, but we're good enough friends. Let's see. Aiken and Reed. Aiken is the oldest.
Aiken's oldest.
Reed is how old?
Reed is 7, and Aiken is 9.
9?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
so
man.
Their birthdays will be coming up. Aiken's birthday's in February.
Yeah.
Reed's in March. We'll have a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old.
Yeah.
Lee and I just celebrated our 11-year anniversary. Married on November 1st of 14. So that's been a while.
Good man. Good man.
Been a while.
And so you're currently principal at Greene County High School and the Area Technology Center? Is that correct?
I was the principal of the ATC for 5 years, and then the high school principal, he had moved up to assistant superintendent, and I applied for the high school job, and I got it. And since it was a local ATC, they said, just you'll be principal of both buildings.
Okay.
So I kept the title, so I'm principal of 2 schools.
Yeah. Very good, man. So let's bookend it. So that's where we're at now. Yeah. All right. Let's take it back to, what was it, man? We Care Daycare?
I think I saw a picture on Facebook. I should have pulled that one, but I couldn't find it in my tag photos. So that would have been, 1994, 94, 95.
It was when the
We were at the old high school. We were at the old high school.
Yes.
Basement area.
Yep. And Miss Diane Clarkson, man,
she's passed away. Since. Man, she was good.
Awesome.
I enjoyed my time there.
Diane Prophet.
You had Tina Carnahan.
Yes.
There was other ladies there, but I can't remember everybody. And there was rooms downstairs, and there were separate ages, and we had naps, and we had playtime.
And
I don't remember the playground out there. Remember the playground?
Yes, and they had the sawdust, huge big pile, right?
Thinking about school, though, there was a playground there, but then there was a man that walked around town that had like a Crocodile Dundee knife, and he would stop and talk to us every day.
I do not. I believe you, but I do not remember. But was he a cool?
He was cool. But if I had a guy walking around my school with a knife these days like that.
Did we get discouraged from talking to him?
Yeah, they told us to quit talking to him because we'd all hang up on the fence and he'd walk by with a knife.
Dude, I remember, oh my gosh, I'm having so many memories now because there was something, it's not Hey Arnold, Arthur. Remember Arthur, the TV show? So like there was an episode where somehow they had like this spyglass that went up and there was like a mirror. I guess there was a mirror at the bottom and then a mirror at the top. But then it was so he could see what was it. And I remember, it's like 3, and I was looking at the bottom of the what's the gutter drain that comes down.
Downspout.
The downspout. And I was looking in the bottom of it. I was like, why is it all black? Why can't I see over the top? There was that and Randy Williams.
Oh, he was basically the principal. That's a pretty good principal gig.
It is.
Charge of daycare. That'd be a pretty good principal.
It
gig.
is, man. But yeah, I still remember going to the breakfasts and like I guess we did lunch there too. But like I still remember the smell of the cafeteria. And they talk about how smells are like a huge memory. Like it's very closely correlated to memory. And like I still remember the smell of the cafeteria there. But Yeah, so
locale memory. It's one of the themes we talk about with teaching and education.
okay.
It's like if you do something at a specific time, or you bring something in, and you talk about something with students, and then moving forward, when they either that reoccurs in their brain, they're going to remember what you talked about.
Yeah.
It really connects learning.
Yeah. Yeah. And we'll talk about, I guess, something a little adjacent to that. How cool is it that, like, we were watching Mighty Morphin Power Rangers as it was coming out? You know what I'm saying? Like, thinking about maybe it's not that big of a deal today, but to me, it's still like pop cultural. It's still relevant pop culturally, I guess. But like, we were watching that, like Green Ranger, dude, giving them the business for like 5 episodes straight, and it was just torment, dude. But yeah. Anyway, so we had that, and then we went to TES, and
in those years we probably had a hiatus because we didn't.
Yeah.
We were probably not in the same class.
No, I had Debbie Rush.
We both had Debbie Rush in kindergarten.
Yeah.
Then I had Beth Veach. She's since passed away.
Yeah. Oh man, Sawyer's mom.
I had what was her name? McPherson. What was Kaylin's mom? Stacy.
Stacy.
No, sorry, that's 3rd grade. I had Paula G in 2nd grade.
Oh.
Paula G.
Yeah.
I had her, and then I had Stacy, and then Debbie Wilson.
Yeah.
No. Was it Debbie Wilson?
Danetta.
Danetta Wilson. I had Danetta Wilson. That was 9/11. So I obviously remember that year and that
Gosh,
day.
dude. Do you?
And we changed classes.
We had Danetta, right? But so if you had Danetta, or that was 4th grade. So maybe I had Don Cleary, because I had Danetta for 2nd grade then.
Yeah, because she moved grades.
Okay, because
We switched classes at that time.
we did. That was the first year we started switching classes. And I've talked to people that remember finding out about 9/11 like almost in real time. But see, I didn't hear anything about it until I got home. But now I'm almost thinking Mom came and picked me up. I don't really remember. But like, did you, on 9/11, did you know like all that was happening at school, or did you find out at home? Like, how did you find out about it?
If we go back, I have a pretty good memory from things for the most part, especially this one. Again, talking about time and place, you're not going to forget 9/11. We had just watched the Wolf Brothers that morning. I don't know if you can remember.
Yeah.
We just watched the Wolf Brothers that morning. We go back to the room in Miss Wilson's class, and I want to say, who was it? Cecilia. Who's our principal?
Cecilia Stevens.
So she got on the intercom maybe, and they announced that maybe tell the teachers that, hey, let's turn this on. And I remember that big old box TVs that sat in the corner of the room. She turned it on, and we watched it. And then Ricky Gerals, he sang
God Bless the USA
or America the Beautiful. I
Yeah.
cannot remember, but he sung a song on a loudspeaker. Everybody's in the room holding hands, and it's just like, man.
See, then I need to ask Mom, because I don't remember any of that. So it almost had, she may have checked me out because it was like the Wolf Brothers. But see, I had just been to New York, and because this was in September, and I missed the first maybe 10 days or so of school.
Yeah.
And we got to go to the World Trade Center, and like when I looking back on it, like I don't know, like it just blows my mind. I guess I can't really comprehend that I was in New York and at that time, but then it just had such a profound effect, not on me, but on it. Obviously, the whole world changed after that day, you know. And then Dad, I remember his unit got activated. I didn't know what that meant, other than I knew that he was going to, I guess, deploy. And at that time, even in 5th grade, like I maybe I could have known better, but I just thought that automatically meant he was gone, and we're probably never going to see him again. So, and that's not a fault of people not explaining it. It's just, that's just how we have very, what would you say, like rudimentary levels of understanding at that age. So I couldn't really comprehend people going to war and coming back and things like that. But yeah, but then
let's move to 5th grade. 5th grade, I had Tracy Travis as
yes.
my teacher. Did you have Miss Deckard? Who'd you have?
I had Teresa Deckard. Yeah,
she was right across the hall. We had Miss Cropper. Was Miss Cropper in science at that time?
She was doing science. Yep, I saw her the other day.
Miss Bryant. Sheila Bryant. Okay. And then that's when we brought up Was it Rhonda Tracy?
She was in because she was on the other hall.
Yeah, English reading. I don't remember.
Yeah, I remember. You talking about memories? I remember for some reason I had the idea, instead of writing down the answer of United States, I thought I was going to be smart and write down North America, and I got it wrong because the United States is within North America, but it's not North America. I still remember that to this day. I was so mad that I got that wrong. But anyway, continuing on. Yeah, so I had Teresa Deckard, and you said you had
Tracy Travis.
Tracy Travis.
I feel like she did reading or spelling. I wasn't the best speller.
Was it read or was it health?
It could have been health. I don't even remember.
I think it was health. I don't remember. That was the first class I ever got my name on the clipboard. Got really tore up over that too.
And when we were at school at that time, remember, probably maybe our third grade year, the cafeteria, they built a new cafeteria. Yep. I don't know if you remember, because we used to eat in what's now the library at TES, but at that time it was the cafeteria.
Yep.
We had PE in there, and then we got the new gym. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been back. I want to go back. Like, I want to go visit those places because I don't know if it was just like I had just such a difficult time, but it's like anyway. I don't remember those things as well as other people seem to, and so I want to go back and just walk through, But anyway, so yeah, that got us to 5th grade. We go to 6th grade. I remember. We had
middle school's different.
Yeah, man, very different. I really don't remember. I had Garland Grace for PE. Was that 6th grade?
Remember Miss Hunt?
Miss Hunt.
Miss Hunt.
Linda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think she liked this.
No, she liked me because she knew my nanny. And listen, Keith DeWolf, if you're watching this, I got you in trouble once. I'm sorry. I completely played Linda Hunt and made her think you did something when I did it, and I'm sorry.
Marlene Ross.
Was
Karen Copus there? And didn't Dawn Cleary come back to middle school with us?
She was doing something in middle school.
I thought we had reading with her.
I don't remember.
Kathy Owen was in the library.
Yeah. See, 6th and 7th grade.
Judy Myers taught PE. 7th grade.
Yeah. Who taught Pitcock lady?
Linda Pitcock.
No. This one was Janice.
Janice Pitcock. Okay.
Yep, she taught. And then, yeah, I guess everybody. I was a brat back then, man.
You remember Coach Gill?
Yeah, I remember Coach Gill. I had trouble in his math class.
He just retired too from education.
Congrats on the retirement, man. Live it up. And then, yeah, Marlene Ross we had for advanced math. I had such a hard time with that. But then
I took that class.
And then we had pre-algebra, and was that Coach Gill's class, pre-algebra?
Yeah. We won't discuss 8th grade math. We'll leave it. We'll leave that one there.
Who did that? We're just not going to talk about it. Okay.
She wasn't there for the whole year. We probably won't.
Oh my!
Don't discuss that one on here.
I won't. I won't. But let me ask this: Was there an awareness among? Am I remembering this right? That there was awareness among the student population at the time?
Maybe a couple people, but I don't really know.
But okay, I just want to make sure because that's okay. Anyway, yep, I remember that. And then,
Holger taught our math class.
Yeah,
we ended up doing fantasy football for a while. We had she brought the newspaper in. We're like, why are you bringing the news? We had to look at stats on a newspaper.
Well, do you remember because we had the science class but it was supposed to be Roy Grace, but he had got attacked by a bobcat.
Was that in middle school?
Yeah, that was 8th grade.
Okay. And he was out for a long time.
He was out because we had a substitute.
I don't even remember who the sub was.
Yeah. And then, dude, my favorite memory was we were in the class. We had Debbie Crow, right?
Yes.
And then do you remember Mike Hammer subbing around Halloween and we watched Fear Fest? We watched Halloween 4.
He was like a retired principal.
Dude, yes, I saw him the other day. And I know people are gonna be like, "Oh, that's awful." Y'all watch Halloween. It was early 2000s. People didn't care. It was good. I remember, but kids. I remember one kid specifically was crying, and I was just. But I
don't like scary movies myself. I don't like scary movies. I know you do, but I don't. They scare me.
Yeah,
they scare me. So I don't like scary movies.
well, I had to. Nick Carter's my brother, so like I had to get used to watching scary movies.
I know Nick. He's a pretty good guy.
He's all right there. Well, Carter Law, but let's see. So we had that, but I remember. Mom, I can't remember if it was like mom or somebody, but she's like, you need to invite people to come. I was like, I don't think anybody's going to.
Let's stop from there. Let's talk about before you invite somebody over to your house. Let's talk about Miss Brown's class. Was that right? Was it Kathy? What was her name? Kathy Brown? It wasn't Kathy.
Karen? Brown. No.
It was economics.
It was economics. Kathy?
Maybe. Man, that was a rambunctious class. In a roundabout way. I mean,
we were good. We were good, but like we were rambunctious because we had her nephew in there, and then
like Spencer set up in the front.
Spencer, and he had the hair.
Was Chad McPherson when Chad was Chad in there? Matthew was in there.
Matthew was in there. Yeah, but so the day, because I know what memory you're about to bring up. But I'm pretty sure that was the day that either the Xbox 360 or the Wii came out the night before, and I had to wait up all night at Walmart. And so we had, I was in class trying not to fall asleep because I had been up all night. And go ahead, tell the.
And we didn't cause we're not in there cussing anybody.
No,
like doing something silly. I mean, Spencer would lean back in his chair like he's had his chair up on two wheels. She's like, Mr. Pettit, can you please set your chair down, sir? And
yeah.
He set his chair down. But there was one day I made the smallest paper airplane, or it may have been big. I don't remember what it was. It was super small.
It was like this big,
and I made it. And I don't know what kind of impulse came over me, but I'm like, I'm going to throw this across the room.
What do you mean you're an 8th grade boy? You're just going to throw that thing.
I'm looking at you, and I throw it. And, she turns her head. She turns her head, and she turned her head. It just, I don't know how she didn't see it. And it goes flying across the room, and people were just like, what's he doing? Throwing an airplane. If I had a kid, it's just... And I guess that's where our friendship brought back up, and we...
Yeah, because that's when I had asked you, because we had PE, and I asked if you wanted to come hang out, and you were immediately like, yeah, man, what are we doing? And went from there. And I think that time was when Ethan and... I can't remember, maybe, what was the Pruitt boy? Dallas? Maybe. I can't remember who, but they rode four-wheelers through the backyard. And you fell off the back.
Maybe Joe Harlan.
Yeah. It had to have been. Yeah.
It may have been Ethan and Joe Harlan.
Yeah.
And I fell back, and my back hurt. And I'm like, man, this is terrible. I don't want to come back over here anymore.
Yes.
Did Jesse come around?
Yeah, Jesse was around there too, man.
And I think about Jesse.
I do too. That's what I was getting ready. It's hard to, because I was getting ready to mention when I was talking about Mom telling me to. Basically, I need to hang out with more people in a roundabout way, and it was me and Jesse and Laura, his sister, and so and not that Jesse and Laura aren't great to hang out with, but they were the only people I hung out with. They were essentially because Amy and Nick had moved off and went to school and stuff, and so they were like my brother and sister in a way. And but anyway, yeah, I was thinking about that, and it's just hard. I can't just mention Jesse in passing. I mean, I don't know. I just, that's something that was one of the first lessons of because I had, when he passed away, my grandfather had already passed away, and that was tough enough as it is. But this was one of those, when it happened, this is one of the punches life is going to throw at you, and it doesn't care. And
I know where I was when you called me when Jesse passed away.
See, I don't even remember. Where were you at?
I was substitute teaching, actually. I was in Miss Tracy Travis's room.
Yeah.
Substitute teaching, and you called me.
I hope I.
No, I mean, I remember when you called me because
Yeah.
I was subbing there at TES.
Yeah, I mean, I was, because that was it in February that he passed away?
2000.
Of 13?
13 or 12 or 13 is.
I think it was 2013. I think it was in February because it was right when Nick was getting ready to deploy for the first time. And like I was at home for something, but I was asleep, and Justin, my brother-in-law, came and woke me up. And I mean, there's no way to tell. There's no polite way to tell you. He just like, hey, I need you to come with me. We got to go because Jesse's just been killed in a car accident. And I was just like, what? And it's like, I knew what I'd heard wasn't wrong, but where he had woke me up, I was praying, like, please let that just be me mishearing him as I'm waking up. But that wasn't the case. And, I mean, I miss him. I don't want to spend too much time on that, just because you could spend days talking about it, but aside from you, he was my best friend and my brother, and I miss him tremendously. He was such a good kid too, because like were he and Brittany engaged?
I can't remember.
I can't remember, but it was like going to, if not, and I know he was in the process of at least looking at buying a plot of land if he hadn't already. He had that Chevy S10,
Like extended
cab S10 with a DTP on the back. And, he had the Flowmaster, and he working at the barbecue. I mean, he was doing all the right things. He's going to school, and
he wrecked going to school.
He wrecked going to, it may have been coming from, but what he had been doing was taking one of his teachers some barbecue, because he had talked about the barbecue and his teacher said that he would like to try some. And so, yeah. And I mean, it is what it is. I miss him, but it's life. And
so he was there. He hung out with us. He was always there because obviously he was your backyard neighbor.
Yeah.
And as we go through what we did, we hung out at your house, did all kinds of stuff. Probably some stuff we shouldn't have done. We won't discuss all those on here.
Okay.
Let's say moved to high school now. So high school, I felt like we had so much freedom in high school. Obviously, we changed classes. I picked what class I wanted to take. We had, if you remember, freshman year, we had woodshop.
With Steenbergen. Yes.
He's still a teacher, I believe, in Tennessee. He teaches ag, Macon County.
One of Nick's buddies is doing that. He went to school with is doing the job now, I think. But yeah, so we had Steenbergen. That was introduction to football for me, and
we lifted in football, and we got we had a big senior class when we were freshmen.
We did.
You think of Billy Joe Barrett,
Frankie,
Joseph Walden.
We did have some John Michael Stevens,
Dustin Kurt.
Dude, we it's just a good football team. And then, of course, Billy Joe went on to play for UK.
He would whoop me in every practice. Yeah. They had us on scout team. Now we got better. Now you can't forget about Billy John. Me and Billy John was good buddies.
Yeah.
Throughout school.
Well, can you talk about the time that he stopped at the stoplight and just put it in park? Do you remember talking?
I do. He was like, okay, so we were driving through Monroe County. How many stoplights we had there? 3.
Like 2.
3. We had 3 right there in town. Walmart brought us a 4th one. We only have 3. We was probably going to McDonald's. I want to. He had a little red S10. I don't know if you remember.
I
I
do.
don't know. It was like a '90s model S10, and he pulls up this red light. He goes, "Hey, I'm gonna act like I got narcolepsy." He puts it in park and literally sits there through the entire green light, and these cars behind us. I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like I'm stressing out as a freshman in here, and he's just like, his eyes are closed. He's playing it off, and then the light hits yellow, and he wakes up and throws it in drive and pulls off, and all the cars behind us sit there through the entire green light. Oh man, I felt terrible.
Dude, I won't say it was Billy John, but we had him in we were in Steenbergen's class together, right?
He was in there.
He was in there, dude. I got my head smashed by because Steenbergen had that wooden like shed that they had built back there, and it had that swing door window cover. He's like, "Hey, look through here."
Dude,
About knocked me out, man.
I remember that.
It's good stuff. And then I won't say who, but when we went into the closet and like turned the light out and was throwing
I don't
nails.
know why we were throwing nails. And
We were
screws in the
freshman
closet.
boys.
And all of a sudden you hear a hammer hit the wall.
Yes,
and we're like,
it
all right,
was
we're not playing this game anymore, guys. We had hard hats on and safety glasses.
Yes.
Man, if my kids did that today, I'd put them in ISS and
Yeah.
suspend them.
And
We're not in there throwing nails and screws and
he had those Steve had those
wood clamps.
well, those dust vents that like sucked up the sawdust.
I had to get it. We had every time somebody. Hey, I almost say this. And Billy John, he said he took a hammer. He threw an entire hammer up that dust collection system, and it clogged up. And then Steve said, "Who clogged up my dust system?" Billy John said, "I have no idea."
I thought I was awful because I was
And
too
then we had to
lazy to
clean it.
sweep up the nails, so I would just shove the nails up in there.
And we had to clean it out because he threw a hammer up.
Yeah.
It didn't make it far because he wasn't that strong.
Yeah.
But we had to clean the whole system out because he threw a hammer in and it got stuck.
That's awesome, man. And then was Derek Gerald's in that class too?
Him and Jessica Carter.
Yeah. And like we had that wood planer, and so we would put earmuffs on, turn the wood planer on, and just scream at the top of our lungs. And we couldn't hear it because we had the earmuffs on. But then you had Jeff Short coming in, like, "What are y'all boys doing?"
Hey, I remember that. So
Yeah.
I hope my students don't follow the paths of things that we did in school because I would be highly upset with it as a principal. We've come a long way since then.
Man.
Now, if you remember what we used the wood planer for, we made the old Monkey Meeting House. We made those benches that's in there. So if you'd like to go back to Monroe County and look at the benches, they are still there.
At where?
Old Monkey.
Old Mulkey.
Monkey. Old Monkey.
Old Mulkey,
Old
bro.
Mulkey.
It ain't no old we
Anyway, we made the benches that's in there. And Neil Wilson did shave some of the legs on those.
Yes.
Steve can give him the easiest job because he was not good. He could do anything on the field or a court.
Dude,
He was not
yes.
the
I
best
forgot
woodworker.
about that.
He was not the best woodworker. Neil,
Yes.
I'm telling you, you were not the best woodworker, but we appreciate you shaving all those legs that goes on those benches.
Yeah. Yeah. And then did we make? Yeah, it was in his Steve Murray's class. We made we all had like a wood project we had to make, right? And I made like a bench, a little small, or like a little
Still got
footstool. It's still in the basement, but it broke one of the legs off. But it's still
I
at
feel like my nanny
dad's.
had one I give her.
Yeah.
I feel like she had one I give her. It wasn't good.
Yeah.
But
So, yeah. So high school for us was football, Steenbergens, and then all the mandatory classes. I'm trying to remember if there were any other notable. I think all the notable events happened outside. One thing that I will say, and this is nothing I
was you in
can't.
Candy Crow's class when she told me she wasn't
She
that bad.
loved me.
I wasn't that bad, and she said, "Mr. Turner, I hope you get funnier as the year goes on."
Yeah.
And I forgot what I said, but it was probably funny.
She loved me, and I don't know why. Like I didn't know her from Adam, but like she loved me, and hey, Miss Crow, he's bothering me. Just
Hey, she'd chew me out. She'd chew me out. I didn't do anything. I didn't even talk to this guy. I didn't even talk to him. Or hey, we had buddies Side note as well, we had buddies in Justin Stinson's class, and somebody would like crack the door open a little bit, because his room had two doors on the side. His room had two doors on the side, and you'd have somebody walk by and you'd push them.
You push them into the door.
Push them in the door, and then they would go flying in his room because somebody had the door cracked. I think it was T-Mac. T-Mac, I think it was you that would open the door. Maybe somebody did,
I don't remember.
And they would go flying in the room.
I don't remember who.
So that was funny.
Oh yeah, that was good. And
Hey, side note here. Did a girl hit you one time in class?
wait, who? Remind me. Somebody
That
did.
wisdom girl. Didn't she get mad? It may not hit you,
Oh,
but she hit
yeah.
somebody, didn't she?
Oh yeah, and don't worry, I'm probably going to get a chew-in from somebody because you just brought up a girl that I'd never mentioned to this person before in my life. But anyway, she hit. I don't. We might have to edit out the name, but
I know who it is.
I know you know who it is, but we're not going to say the name. But it was because I didn't like her. I just wasn't like, I just didn't like her, and yeah, that happened. And but yeah, I got hit because I didn't like her. That's it. And yeah, and then I also got in trouble by someone who's related to her that was a moderator for the internet, and I searched up One by Metallica one time on school and got banned for like 2 weeks from using the school internet.
Dang.
So good stuff, man.
Hey, remember we had Mr. Jason Dodson's English class?
Jason, yes,
That was
a stacked class.
That was a good English
That
class.
was a stacked class, is what
And
it
we used to
was.
learn all kinds of new vocabulary words, and we learned one, Donnybrook.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hey, get off that rug.
there was a Donnybrook that broke out in the gym, and he said I couldn't break it up. There was 20 individuals out there. He goes, "Here, y'all get off that rug." And he's trying to just push people out of the way because they were standing on a rug, and they all quit fighting.
Yeah, man, we had that, and we had the lamest. I don't know who it was, and I know this is probably going to upset some people, but we had the absolute lamest senior prank of all time.
Is that when they parked outside?
They
around?
parked in front of the teacher's parking lot, so the teachers couldn't park.
And the teachers parked around their spot.
The
Parked around them
class
so they couldn't
before
leave.
us had snuck on top of the building and like hung banners and all that. Like I'm thinking, and I spent like literal weeks researching awesome senior pranks. And like there was this one video where like this person had climbed into the ceiling and stayed there till like the wee hours in the morning, and it climbed down, opened the door to let all these people in, and then they came in and like trashed the school or
That
whatever.
sounds awful.
It sounds
terrible as a principal.
It sounds terrible
awful.
as a principal.
That sounds terrible.
It sounds terrible as a principal, but like as a student, for a prank, like that sounds amazing, you know, or at least like get all the, like maybe you don't have to trash it, like throw trash everywhere, but like take all the desks out of the room or something that's going to be a headache. Like,
I'm trying to think back. So
you know.
last year's class, they had they put balloons in the hallway, and then a couple of them filled with fart spray, and it said "Pop me."
Oh
Don't
my!
pop those. They
Oh
popped a
my
couple, and we got rid of them pretty fast.
You got to do the greased pigs with the 1, 3, and 4, so they're hunting for number 2 the whole time. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, you know, you're.
We can't forget our Xbox time.
Oh, dude.
We did play. We played a little game. I don't know if anybody knows Halo. We were okay. We as in me. We were okay at Halo. Remember the first time we played? Hey, we're sitting in your house. We're in the basement, and when you literally just logged in, like we're down here in the basement. It was before your mom and dad refinished it, so we're talking. It's a dungeon. It's an absolute dungeon. And you're like, man, why is this map taking forever to load? And you go, I think somebody's
probably using it right now. I had no concept of servers.
People playing online.
I had no. I thought we were in line. You know, I didn't know. You were like, what are they going to do? Come out and pull the bodies off
Clean
and
the map up,
sweep the blood up? Like, I didn't know. You know, and looking back on it, man, I was just ignorant about so
played
many
Halo.
things. Played Halo, Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero was fun.
Rock Band.
I could pick it up right now and play Guitar Hero and Rock Band.
I could pick it up right now and I would be better just because, I don't know, somehow I figured out coordination between the age of 15 and 34, but improved tremendously there. But
You had the heaviest weights in your house.
I did have heavy weights, and they were just nasty, man. And you think they were nasty then? Gosh.
Were you still got them weights?
Oh, Clayton, when he's at mom and dad's house, oh yeah, he's still Clayton's going to be a little mean machine, dude. He is, and he's tremendously smart.
Well,
like he's dangerous. I think, and like I don't want to tell him that, but he is tremendously smart, and he's strong, and he doesn't know it, and that makes him dangerous.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't know the potential he has, but not dangerous in a bad way. Just like he has so much potential. But yeah,
So you move on from high school, go to college.
College.
You went to EKU.
I went to EKU, failed out.
I went to Lindsey Wilson College at that time, even though it's Lindsey Wilson University now.
Yeah.
But I know it's Lindsey Wilson College.
Yeah, I know a couple people that you went to school with at Lindsey.
Did they go to?
They
I went
work
to school with a couple people.
that work where I work now. One works at the office, and the other works in Columbia.
I know them people.
Yeah, you do know them people. Some people think I know them people too, but I really don't. But it is what it is, you know.
Let's see. When we get into college, we went to. We somehow. What'd your mom? Was it a graduation present? It's like, we got y'all River Breeze, go down here to this cabin and stay. Was that a graduation present or something?
Yeah, it was that, and then. Well, was that when Troy cooked ribs at like 600 degrees?
Oh, it was just black ribs. Like they were charred.
Like we're done,
Nobody eat them. Nobody and
he put them on there frozen too. I'm pretty sure.
Storm. Okay, let's go back. You have a Toyota Tacoma.
Oh yeah.
You just got a new brush guard.
Yeah.
You just got a new brush guard, and you go outside. There's just limb there. You're like, all right, guys. Hey
we
guys,
have got to find those videos.
you said, hey guys, I got a brush guard. I got a winch. Let me pull this limb out of the way. And you go to pull it, and it literally your brush guard breaks.
Brand new.
It just bends over,
down.
and then Troy goes and picks it up with his bare hands and throws it in the woods. He just throws it in the woods. Your winch couldn't move it, and Troy he was super strong at that time.
Super strong, dude.
He goes and throws it in the woods, and your winch, you drive it for you probably drove it for a year. Your whole brush guard's bent.
I paid for it. Or no. I remember I didn't pay for it. I got it for my birthday, but I had just got it. And I was like, I'm gonna get what I got it for, you know. And
it was crooked for a long time.
It was crooked for a long time, and Dad was finally like, take it off. Okay, yes, sir.
I took it off. Raised a few times. Went to Cedar Hill once or twice.
Dude, Cedar Hill. We're not gonna talk about everything. But were you there for my 21st birthday?
No.
Okay.
But I went to Cedar Hill the first time we went. I probably just turned 18, and I wore a cut sleeve. No, I was 19. I think something like I wore a cut sleeve shirt. I just gotten a tattoo.
Yes.
And I had a cut sleeve shirt just so they'd see my tattoo because I walked in. I bought a pack of cigarettes.
Yes.
And I was like, and he asked for my ID.
He asked for your ID.
I was upset because I'm 18. I'm gonna buy a pack of cigarettes, and I got a tattoo right here, guys. And he asked me for my ID when I bought a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah. And then you pulled the recliner out and put it on.
We did. Hey, we had some good steaks.
We did have very good steaks. We had very good steaks.
That's when you had the Challenger.
I did have the Challenger. I had the Challenger for a while. I had the Challenger until 2016, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, 6 years. Got
Would you like to have it back? Would you like to have it back?
7 tickets out of it, and
there was one night.
Speaking of which, tell the story about me driving Dad's Tundra while he was deployed.
Derek Gerald's is with us.
Yes.
So Derek's with us, and
we're also dressed head to toe like
we're going to
maniacs.
basketball. It's like a district tournament playing at Glasgow, and we're driving down the road. This would have been 2009, I guess, maybe 2000. It's 2009 because Derek was probably still in high school. So we're driving, and we're behind this slow vehicle. I'm talking slow. We'd just gone through summer shade.
Yeah.
And Derek was going to say, Ben, I'm glad you didn't. And he couldn't finish his sentence. And you drive around this vehicle. I mean, you're probably hitting 70.
Oh,
He's like,
I
was about
did.
to say, I'm glad you didn't pass that car because there's a state trooper back there.
I was like, I thought you said pass it, bro. So I went.
And the state trooper comes up behind us, pulls us over in the church.
But to be fair, the trooper followed us for like 10 or 15 miles before he decided to pull us over. So I never, but it is what it is. He
was sort of rude when he came up there. And then there was people driving by honking horns. He goes,
it was TK. Tanner. Guess number one, Tanner, he hung out the window. Somebody blew the horn and he goes, ha, ha, ha.
he said some comment about that.
Yeah.
And then you was so mad. You probably called somebody and you're like, I'm going to get this shelved.
I'm gonna get this shelved.
Yep.
Yeah, and I talked to the Barron County sheriff at the time, and actually, John Pettit's brother Joe put me in touch with
First ticket.
That was first ticket. Last ticket I got was reckless driving. So we
a pretty good track record.
a very good track record. Sometimes I have to learn a lesson several times before I learn it, but I've not got a ticket since. Last time I got a ticket was no. Last time I got pulled over, I will say I was experiencing an intermarital conflict, and I was mad, so I went to T-ville, and I didn't speed, but there was a trooper that had.
So you got pulled over for not driving fast?
I got pulled over because my truck was loud, and he took it personally. Like I didn't like I'm 34, man. I'm not gonna purposefully drive by you, pulled somebody over on the side of the road, and just rev my engine as like. But I was in Monroe County at the time, and I knew, and like I just stayed true. But he come up to the window, he's like, "What's your problem?" I was like, "Dude, like I didn't realize I'm not trying to be a turd, but like I didn't feel like I did anything wrong." He's like, "Well, you were really loud when you drove by," and I was like, "Well, I was like, I wasn't intended to. My truck's just loud." And he said, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Listen, dude, me and my wife just had a fight. We just separated, and I'm just coming to my parents to get some space." And he's like, "I get it, dude. Just keep, just get there or whatever." Like he let me go, But I think sometimes you run across people that are looking to cause issues, and then there's times where people are just having a bad day, and I don't think he was trying to cause issues. I think he was probably dealing with people that were, some people really are turds. I used to be one when they're driving, and I think he just was having a bad time. And
at least he let you off on that.
He did. Yeah, he did.
I think I've only been pulled. Actually, I know I have. I've only been pulled over one time.
Did you get a ticket?
I did not. And here's what's crazy about it. This wasn't too long ago. You know where I live. You don't know where my new house.
No.
Not my new house, but where I live. You live.
Yeah, I know
I
know where you live.
But I left my house, and I pull out, and it's out in the middle of nowhere, and I'm driving, and this cop passes me on my road. I'm like, man, that's crazy, because there's like people I think that lived in my road to do stuff they shouldn't do.
Yeah.
But he drove past me, and all of a sudden you see him slam on his brakes and then turn around and follow me. I'm like, man, that's odd.
Yeah.
And the blue lights, man, I pull over, and he comes up vehicle. He goes, "What are you doing?" I'm like, I'm going to go take my son to, I think maybe take him to practice or some baseball at the time. And he goes, well, I got a call. There's somebody in a black truck leaving some kind of domestic dispute with their spouse. I'm like, no, I'm good, man. My wife, I think I forgot what Leah was doing at that time, but I matched the description of a guy that just had a domestic violence with a spouse, and he pulled me over. He let me go. He said, "You look fine," so he let me go. But it's the only time I've ever been pulled over.
Yeah. I'm glad. You were telling that, and it reminded me of this story of Jesse. I don't remember who it was, and we will not say, even if you do remember, we're not going to say name, but because there was underage drinking involved, and this person got pulled over and had been drinking, had been driving, but Jesse was trying to follow him home to make sure they got home. And the second that he saw the cop turn his blue lights on behind this person, he just gunned it past the cop, and he took a ticket for one of his friends, so.
I heard that story.
And that's just the kind of person he was, but so, but yeah, that gets us. So like we talked about, I went to EKU, then I went to BG Tech for a little bit, and then that's when I just said screw it on school because I couldn't figure life out, but eventually went on to the military. So what year did you graduate, Lindsey Wilson?
Graduated Lindsey 2014. Bachelor's degree was in elementary education. So through school, I was probably a senior in high school. I was a peer tutor, and then I was a after school assistant with my mom at TES. I think they called it Cub Club at that time.
Yeah.
So I would assist and help kids. And then I started doing summer school when I turned 18 because I was old enough to do that. So that lasted almost a month and a half. I worked at TES for a couple years. And then I had to get, I believe, my sophomore year of college, I had to get 60 hours of college credit before they would let me substitute teach.
Yeah.
And then I took substitute teaching on for a few years. I lived at Lindsay for 2, and then I started commuting my last 2 years. And I subbed when I didn't have class, and then I worked after school about every day, and then I taught summer school.
Yeah.
So education has basically been a big part of my life.
Yeah. So when did you think that? When did you kind of decide or know, or at least start leaning towards a career in education? Do you think?
When I went to Lindsay, well, I took the education classes at the high school at Monroe County. I was taking the education courses, and I was sort of wishy-washy on what I wanted to do at that time. I was thinking, like, I want to do something to make some good money. So I was thinking PT, just like, Tanner did that. And then I took that. I was probably sitting in a science class at Lindsay Wilson, and I'm like, this is terrible. I am not doing this.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm just going to stick with education because it was back and forth what I want to do. I'm like, this isn't what I really want to do. So I stuck with education and got my elementary school degree. I graduated, like I said, in 2014. My wife, we started dating there at the end of our college career. She got a job, Russell County, and then I applied for several jobs. Nothing was open in Monroe at that time, so I couldn't get any kind of job there. Nothing was open. Teaching, I'll talk about that. Teaching's changed a whole lot for people applying for jobs because at that time, when you have a job opening, you'd have 10, 15 people apply. Now, when I have a job open in my school, I may have one person apply, 2 people apply. Like, nobody is going into education, and it's really hard to find those. So I applied at a couple of different places, and I interviewed at Cumberland County. And I'm like, I didn't know what to think about Cumberland because it's like, man, we didn't like them in high school.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't really want to go teach over there.
You worried about Cumberland?
Hey,
We'll save it. We'll save it.
So I didn't want to go teach over there, but I interviewed, and school's literally about to start. And they called me 2 days before school started and said, hey, would you like to teach? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to give me a job. So I started teaching 5th grade, taught science, social studies, and writing. I was on the 3rd floor. So I'd walk up 3 flights of stairs about 6, 7 times a day.
Yeah.
Killer calf muscles at that time. Killer calf muscles. So I did that, and Lee and I got engaged, got married November of that year. And then you come over to our house that year.
I did because of snow.
Snowpocalypse, Snowmageddon or something.
Snowmageddon.
So you come in and remember your shoes were wet. Do you remember your boots?
Yes.
You walk in my kitchen.
I mean,
we're not in there, and all of a sudden the whole house is like, "What happened?" And you had wiped out in our kitchen.
And to my knowledge, I didn't. It wasn't. It was like 1 second I was walking, and the second like I was smacking the ground. Like I still like it wasn't like there was any sense of loss of balance. Like it was just happened so fast.
Oh, it was quick. It was quick. So you come over that time, and then we finished the school year out, and it was tough at that time because we graduated a big 5th grade class, and we didn't have a whole lot of kindergartners come in. And you got to have your allocation for teachers is based off your enrollment. So if you don't have as many students, you're not going to have as many teachers. So they ended up letting me go at the end of that year, and I was like, man, what am I going to do now?
Yeah,
I'm married. I don't have a job now. Leah, she's still teaching. She's doing the Russell County thing. I started applying for a bunch of jobs, and then a job opens in Greene County at the primary school, and I'm like, man, am I really going to apply? Am I really going to apply in Greene County? Like, come on. the rival for football goes.
Oh gosh, man.
And it was good. We had a good rival, Monroe County, Greene County.
A healthy. I don't. Yeah, we had a rivalry, and it was that was one of those. Looking back at it, like the football, we'll just say junior and senior year revolved around Monroe County and Greene County.
Oh, we had great teams. Greene County had a great team. Monroe County had a good team. Our team was a little better than their team, but
Yes.
they had great athletes too. But our team was just a little better.
Yeah.
We were just a little better when we needed to be a little better. We were a little better. We ended up winning back-to-back regional championships. Fort Campbell beat us at semi-state 2 years in a row.
2 years in a row.
Their quarterback ended up going to Air Force. Then he went to Western. Then he got drafted to Tennessee Titans. Antonio Andrews.
Yes.
Great quarterback. If they didn't have him, Monroe County's a state champion 2 years in a row, hands down. Hands down, Monroe County wins state 2 years in a row if they don't have him at quarterback.
I know, and like thinking back to our senior year when Greene won district, right?
Yeah, they beat us at home.
I don't know who it was, and if you're watching this, I'm mad at you, but there was somebody that was just jumping up and down, screaming, hollering, yelling, and I never wanted to kick or hit somebody as hard as I did that one time. Minus Metcalf.
Hey, that was the worst. Metcalf didn't even have a good team our senior year, and that's literally the worst game we played. We beat them like 21-6.
And I kicked. I won't say his name.
Somebody.
I did kick somebody, and John was less than thrilled that I had done that.
Like a personal foul.
I did get a sportsmanlike conduct, but GMAC, God bless him, was like, "Hey, you did the right thing. You know, we needed that." I was like, "I hope so," because I feel like a coach is going to execute me in front of the team.
I think we were only winning 7-6 at halftime. Like it was awful. It was raining.
All I did was cost John Pettit 15 yards.
Blanket of yards. I've heard those words a few times.
Tell them about the knuckle, bleeding knuckle.
This goes to Neil Wilson. So my hand was bleeding in practice, and Neil's like, man, he's like, Foot, I think you need a Band-Aid on that. Why don't you ask Coach Pettit for Band-Aid? I don't know why I listened to Neil. So I go ask John for a Band-Aid. He literally goes, and he stops practice. He goes, hey, listen up. My starting center has asked me for a Band-Aid. Does anybody got a Band-Aid around this place?
Hey, Coach, what? You got a Band-Aid?
Nobody has a Band-Aid. He goes, get back in the huddle. I'm not gonna say the other things that he said. And there was one time at practice, I think I had 2 bad snaps.
Yeah.
And he got mad because I had bad snaps. He said, go over and snap that football. I snapped 100 footballs to a light pole.
Yeah. And then I don't know what tackle I missed, but I missed a tackle, turned around to hit somebody, missed them, and then I rode the merry-go-round.
He said, Mr. Carter, you on some amusement park ride here? Here, come over here. And he puts his here, and he's doing his hand like yes, like he's like, here, get on this merry-go-round. No, go ahead and you walk. He has you walk in a circle in front of everybody.
Oh, good stuff, man. Good stuff.
He'll stand out at practice. It's 107. He'll go, y'all feel that breeze off the lake?
Off the lake. They got the thermometer, and they're like twirling it in the wind to get the breeze to measure the temperature just a hair different to make sure they can keep us out there.
And there was another time I almost saved you, but you got mad at me.
What happened? Remind me. No, remind me. I probably
didn't a bench drop on your toe.
Oh, you were like, hey,
Ben, that bench is falling.
I don't believe you.
Okay, and that bench falls and lands on your toe, and you're mad.
Yeah. Oh, I had to have that toenail taken off.
I know you should listen to me.
I
was trying to help you out.
Ronnie Butler asked if I wanted BioFreeze. I was like, I considered it because like it hurt so bad. I was like, I know this is going to hurt, but maybe it'll numb it. But thank God I didn't, because I think I would have probably passed out from the pain.
So let's go back to Greene County.
Yeah.
So I apply for the job over there, and I interview, and they said, we'll call you back in a couple days. And at that time, we were all, I don't know if you remember this one, we were all going on a trip. We went to NASCAR.
Yes.
We were all going to Kentucky Speedway.
Yes.
And the principal called, And he said, man, it come down between you and this other person. And he said, we decided to go with her for the job. He said, but if something opens up, I'm going to give you a call back. I said, man, I appreciate it. I'd like to do any job you'd like to offer. I said, I'd take it if something comes up. So we left with that, and that's Mr. Ben Davenport. I know you don't know him, but he's been a huge mentor to me at my time at Greene County. He was the principal at the primary school at that time, but I'll speak more on him. So then let's go through we have our NASCAR trip. That was fun. Man, that was a good time. Kentucky Speedway was great. We was there for 2-3 days.
Yes.
Camped out. So then fast forward to July. Lee and I are going on a trip to Pigeon Forge. I still don't have a job. And I'm thinking, what am I going to do? So I put in the substitute teaching in Russell County. I was going to go fill all my paperwork out, and I was going to sub, and she was going to continue teaching. We're coming home from Pigeon Forge, and I know the exact place. I get a phone call. I'm like, that's odd. So Ben calls me and says, hey, he said, we got this job come open. He says, I know you're a classroom teacher, and he said, I don't know if you'd like it, but our PE teacher left. I'm thinking, silly. That's silly. So he's like, but you're still going to teach a little bit in the classroom. So I ended up accepting the job, and I taught kindergarten, first, and second grade math and reading. So I had the RTI, so intervention. So I pulled small groups. I did that for 4 years, and I taught PE half the time, and I did the RTI half the time. And all through that, I got a master's degree, University of Cumberland's in teacher leader. And then after probably starting my 4th year of teaching, I was like, well, I'm going to go back and get my principalship. I like having an impact. A classroom teacher, I had an impact if I was a classroom teacher, just that small amount of kids, so maybe 30 kids a year I would see. When I was PE teacher, I got to see 450 kids. And I'm like, well, I like being able to have an impact on a bigger group of students and work with them.
For sure.
So I'm going to go back and get my principalship. Somebody's got to do it. Why can't it be me?
For sure. So
I went back and got it. I applied for a couple of principal jobs. I interviewed for them. I didn't get any of them. Sort of disheartening. It's like, man, I'd like to do this. God's timing again put me in a spot that I was in a good spot. But I applied for 2 jobs in Greene County. I didn't get them as assistant principal, and I was sort of discouraged. I was like, man, I thought I'd be a good fit for it, and it just wasn't the time. And I talked to my current superintendent now, Mr. Hodges, and he's like, well, something may come open in the future. Just, don't give up on it. I'm like, I appreciate him. He's done so much for me. Him, my assistant principal, Mr. Davenport, which was the principal that brought me into the district. So he leaves the primary school, goes up to the high school. He's there. And then the ATC job come open, principal job. I'm like, all right, I'm going to apply for it. So I applied for it, and I interviewed. I ended up getting that job. So then I'm the ATC principal, and then Mr. Davenport, he's at the high school, so we got to work again with each other side by side and do things. So I'm at the ATC, and then all of a sudden, it's 2019. If we wasn't playing football, what were we doing with sports?
We student section at sports games, and
It was great.
Which, by the way, I want to give a shout out to, is it Tara Walden that coached the volleyball team, for mentioning, for making the point that, hey, they come and cheer us on, we should do that, because it was that practice, right? The second Coach Pettit said that to us, I think we went, maybe got some food and went straight to the volleyball game.
Let's talk about the volleyball game.
Yeah.
Okay, we're all in the crowd, and we're probably playing district championship. We're like, guys, if we win it, we're going to storm the court.
That wasn't volleyball. That was basketball.
Volleyball. It was volleyball.
Was it volleyball?
Yeah, it was volleyball. I know it was. We're going to storm. Well, we probably did it in basketball, too. We're like, all right, guys, we're storming the court. I'm talking, we are storming this court. And then you're looking, everybody's like, all right, we're not storming the court. We're not storming the court. And then we said, Ben, we're storming the court, we win. So we win the game, and you're like, let's go, and you run, and you're the only person, when you turn around, you're the only person out on midcourt.
Only person out there, bro.
And then we get to basketball season, and when we're doing it again, we're storming the court. And then we win, and you're the only person that runs out. That was fun. It was sort of funny, right?
And then I broke into it was. It was. Sort of then I broke in the First Baptist Church and stole their Roman soldier armor to wear it like a Trojan, and let the Falcon beat me up.
That was Gabby Hagan. Was Gabby Hagan?
No, it was a mite.
Caitlin?
Yeah.
I don't. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, we had a good student section. We'd body paint. We bought body paint. That was fun. I don't know. It was fun times. It was just fun. We were out of the games together. We would all go eat together. More than times than not, we'd probably stop at Wendy's and get a Baconator and eat.
Take you to Wendy's, girl. Get you that Baconator.
I love eating. We got Wendy's Baconator. It was fun.
Some waffle for us.
So that was good times. Going back, all right, I'm at the ATC. I take over. I'm probably my first weekend of school, and these kids are coming in the building, and some kid's fussing another behind him, and they get into a fight. Literally right in front of me. So I grab this boy and I put him up against the wall, and as I'm holding him, this other kid runs out of nowhere and hits this kid with a haymaker while I'm holding him. So I grab both of them, pull them in the office. So it broke me in good. So I had the first fight there at school. And then all of a sudden, 2020 comes around. It's my first year as principal, and we get to February, and something's like, I think there's some odd things going on across the world. And then we get into March, and this virus is somehow breaking out, and we all meet together as principals. Superintendent's like, I don't know what's really going to come of this. We're going to take 2 weeks to, flatten the curve.
Yeah, 2 weeks to flatten the curve, man.
And then 2 weeks turned into 4 months, and then the 4 months turned into, I don't know if we're going back to school. And then
Was not good.
And then Greene County, kudos to us. We did everything we possibly could to get back to school. Mr. Hodges, our superintendent's dedicated. He wants kids at school. That's the best place kids can be. And then we ended up starting school back. And then the governor shut everything down. And then we paused. And then we come back. We had this huge plan in place. Mm-hmm. Wore masks. Mm-hmm. I do not want to go back and do that at any time because it was not fun. And then school got back into a normal routine. Did that for a couple of years, and the board office posted a job, assistant superintendent job, would come open, and the high school principal, he's like, I'm gonna apply for that job. So I'm thinking, what am I going to do now? So his job opens, and I apply for it, and I get it, and then that brings me to where I am now, I guess.
So how long have you been there now?
I've been at the Greene County High School for 2 years.
Okay.
As principal, but I've been a principal for 7.
Okay.
And then overall education, I'm on year 12.
What's that like?
So I've got 15 years left, and I can retire. I'll be 49.
What's it like to think to sit back and think you've been to just acknowledge that you've been doing in the education system essentially full time for 12 years? Does it seem like it's been that long?
Go back. I've been in school since 1993. Yeah. I've not missed a year of school.
Dude,
since
I know you need to talk to somebody about that because that is not normal, bro.
I mean, literally go from elementary to middle to high to college to teaching.
And you got first pick of the parking spaces at Monroe County High
Let's
School.
talk about attendance. So in school, I tell people this all the time. Like I'm at school. Like if I miss school, it's not because I'll
Oh yeah. I believe you.
Being sick. I mean, I couldn't tell you. Dr. Tony's probably the last person that had checked me out for anything like being sick. I think I missed like a day. I missed 1 day and a half in the past 3 years of work. Now let's preface that when I was a teacher, I had to work 185 days. As principal, I work 240 days.
Yeah.
So I don't miss a whole lot of school.
Right.
So I've got my sick time saved up. So when I retire in 15 years, they should cut me a check for $50,000 for my sick time if I don't miss a lot of days and it adds up.
Hey, we could use a donation.
Something like that. So 15 years from now I can retire. I'll be 49, and I think I'll give it up at that time.
You know what? You remember Home Improvement? There was an episode where Al had a light bulb that would last 100 years, and he's like, "How do you know it'll last 100 years?" Well, I have this certificate that says that'll be there. He's like, "How do you know that business?" You're talking about 49, man. That's the way the world is. It's just absolutely crazy. I don't want to sidestep too much, but I do want to get your opinion on it, like with the shifting I mean, the world is shifting. I don't know where to. But like, what's school like? What's the trajectory of the education system, do you think?
Let's talk on Greene County first, just to give you where we stand on things. Our superintendent, he's people over programs.
Okay.
So the most important thing in our classrooms are the individuals. I see a shift to the future, though. Things would try to lean towards a program. Like, all right, here, you're going to be in this class. Here's this. Everybody log into their computer and work on this. If you need some help, you know, I'm here.
Less personal.
And I hope it doesn't, but I don't want to say that it will never happen that way. As long as we're doing what we do in Greene County, it's not going to happen with us. Yeah. But I think sometime the world may shift to.
And I think
self learning.
I think it could do that, and I think there are people that will actually excel in that. But the problem is the split between people that are self motivated and succeeding in that, and the people that just aren't. Well, I mean, that dichotomy will be huge, and like
you're gonna sink. You're gonna sink if you don't do anything.
You're gonna sink if you don't do anything. But I think what's happened is, and this is why I'm glad I went into the military, because it taught me like the importance of being disciplined and not just like, even if you want to quote unquote live for yourself, like you have to work hard to even be able to do that. So even like truly living a life where you get to do what you want to do, you have to recognize like you're going to have to put in work and effort and well, just being disciplined so that you can do the things that you want to do. But I think as the world has gotten more efficient, technology has advanced, the people that have never learned that lesson learn to take advantage of the technology and and they're learning to take advantage of the technology, but they don't realize the more they do that, the more dependent they're becoming on that, and they don't know how to be self-sufficient like on their own. Does that make sense? Apart from that,
when did we get a cell phone? I was a junior in high school.
I
got a cell phone.
I was in 8th grade, but like
I had a Razor, Motorola
Razor.
That's my first true phone that I had.
But back then, you know, we had minutes. I was afraid to send text messages. It cost way too much money. So like, and it definitely wasn't smartphone. Like it was literally what parents say now that they get their kids a phone for, which is, so we can call, hey, practice is over. Can you come pick me up? Hey, can I go to this person's house? Hey, we're going to stop here to get food and then I'll be home. That's all that it was for, you know.
And now, student with cell phones, I mean, you have kids in elementary school, middle school, high school, but I will say a big change this year with Kentucky. They passed a new state law that students cannot have cell phones during instructional time.
Yeah.
And districts do it different ways. So at Greene County, we do not have students using cell phones during school.
Yeah.
And if they're on it, you know, we take it and we'll give it back to them at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. Then we have other steps in place if they continue to do that. But that's been a big shift this year. Kids now are talking a little more to each other than before, because if they were doing something, you know, their heads down, they're looking at their phone.
Right.
Now they get to have it during lunch.
Fair enough.
They can have it during class
Fair
change.
enough.
During class change. But when we're in class, you don't have your phone.
Yeah.
So that was a big change. The kids are really dependent on that, and they'll use them for things like when we were around, we'd pick a phone up and call somebody. Nobody's going to call. They're just going to send you a text and say,
yeah.
Hey.
So what about like, I think it would be more in your undergraduate and graduate and doctoral stuff, but like at the high school level, are students taking advantage of technology to like do essays and things like that? Because there was one school that I was at recently where they were talking about we cannot prevent students from using AI. So we have to teach them how to use it like basically in an ethical way. So what's Greene County's approach, or maybe what's your approach when it comes to AI?
Let's start off, if we're going to have writing. So like if I'm going to have a kid write something, what would you do first if you was going to have your kids write you something?
Well, I would have to decide what I wanted them to write, and then I would have to have...
You'd have them handwrite it.
Yes. Okay.
So the first thing you do, let's say we was going to have a writing prompt in class with English, they're going to handwrite it.
Okay.
So you know what they know. because that's no technology involved.
Yeah.
And then, you work with them, give them their feedback. And then now you're going to move on to maybe using a computer to type it. So just the process is maybe a little faster.
Yes.
Okay, so when you look at their handwriting piece to their typed piece, you're like, okay, you may see a correlation of the style that they use and the word choice that they use.
Right.
If you got kids throwing humongous words out there,
Yes.
do you even know what that word means?
Yeah.
You may see a difference there. And then also if a kid turns it in on Google Classroom, we have a AI generator thing that it runs through and it scans it.
It scans just to test. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Because
Most all of my teachers would check to see if kids are using that.
dude,
Because we're making, again, critical thinkers. We want, because you and I both, I can get on the internet and I can look up anything I want. I've got a calculator in my pocket, but am I a critical thinker? Can I take something and can I process it and work through it and get a product or get a solution? Greene County High School, my whole goal of everybody that comes in my building is what can we do for you once you graduate? We're either we want you to go to college, get a degree, work on something. We want to go to a trade school, so focus on something you may have already started here in my building that you can continue on and graduate. Or you may just want to go straight into the workforce because you've already earned your certification in welding here. So I'm going to leave Greene County High School and be a certified welder and walk in and make $22 an hour.
yes.
I don't have to go to college. I don't have to go to trade school. I've already got what I need. I'm making money right out of school. Or you got people who want to go straight in the military.
Oh, yeah.
Go do that.
Yeah, I mean, is that something that you like? Is going straight into the workforce or military or something? Are those options that you push to the same degree? Like you put them on the same level as choosing to go to college or choosing to go into the workforce, choosing to go. Do you recommend that these students, as they graduate, they do what they maybe feel led to do? Or because like us, it was like almost everybody went to college.
They went to college.
Right. There wasn't that push. And I'm not like I'm over it, but I guess I'm aggravated because a certain somebody, I had one more class of Steenbergens to take, and I would have had whatever certification you get through that. And she would not let me do that because I had Steenbergen all 4 years, which that was the whole point of that program.
Yeah.
And she made me take automotive. Now I love automotive.
I know using automotive.
I loved working I still like working with my hands in that regard, like, and working on even just on my truck, like, but that just frustrates me because she had that decision making power to like prevent me from doing that. And I could have walked out of high school with, I'm not saying it would have been a great like life-changing certification, but it would have still been a certification,
So when we look at it, we get new freshmen that come in every year. They all come in, they get to tour the ATC. So let's just talk about what we have at Greene County. So I've got in my high school, I have computer science courses. I have family consumer science, which was home ec when we were in school. So family consumer science. I have ag. We also have the teaching and learning pathway, so education. And now at the ATC, I have wood manufacturing, industrial maintenance, engineering, machining, welding, automotive, nursing, HVAC. So I've got all those pathways. So when you enroll in my building as a freshman, you will decide what pathway you want to take a class in. All right, you get in there, you're like, I don't like this. You finish out the year, I'm like, all right, let's get you in something else. Let's get you a new pathway. And your sophomore year, you take another one. And you're like, man, I don't like this one either. Junior year, we put you in another one. Like, you know, I don't like this one. Well, senior year, we put you in one, you're like, I really like this. Now, hindsight, the kid's like, why didn't I do this sooner? But it's like, what can we do now to help you stay in this pathway and then maybe move to a trade school, or if it's something else, you may want to go to college. So what can we do? So we try to individualize learning for all students because it's what fits them best. Our graduation rate's 100%. We're graduating kids every year. Our kids are over 100% college and career ready every year.
Yeah.
Once they graduate, that's big.
That is huge.
And that's what we want to continue to do.
That's
because
awesome, man.
The kids that we have there, when you look at it in Greene County, Greensburg, the kids that's there are basically the future of that community. They're the future of whatever community they move to. So what can we do now to help them later?
Right.
And That's our ultimate goal.
You want to set them up for success.
Yes.
It's not just a job that you come in and do, and it's not like it's not like a rotary, like just get them in and out. It's you actually want to grow this person, and that's so important. It's so important.
This job that I have, I would say it's the most rewarding job I've ever had. By far the hardest job I ever had, because I've got to balance. You know, I drive an hour to work every day, so I leave my house at 5:30 in the morning every day. My kids are still asleep. Leah's still asleep. Go do school stuff, talk to a million people, have a bunch of meetings, focus on any kind of thing from academics to athletics to discipline to parent complaints to community complaints. Because any decision I make, somebody's not happy with the decision that's made.
They always know better.
I know, but then you just bear whatever it is. So let's say school day's over at 2:30. Well, I can't just go home. You know, we just now finished up football season, volleyball season, soccer, cross country. Finished all those up, golf. So my Monday night may include of me finishing up at 2:30, but then we have a soccer match at school. And, you know, administrators got to be present because something you got to be there because we have to take up gates. You got money, you've got concession stands, you've got parents, you've got officials, you've got all the technology that goes with setting up a scoreboard and getting things ready. And then you're there once the game's over. You can't just leave because you got to get everybody else out, then leave. So then my day turns into getting home at 10:30 at night. So I left that morning and everybody's still asleep or asleep when I left, and I get home. And they're asleep when I get home. So the time balance of this job is hard. But I've got really good assistant principals and athletic directors that help me. But there's times when they've got stuff that they want to do, and when I look around for somebody to help, and then it's just me.
And you got a saint at home.
Hey, she does a really good job with the boys, and I cannot complain. You know, going into being a principal, your spouse has to understand that there's a lot of times that there's a lot of stuff that you've got to do that's going to take away from my personal time, and it's hard. And my boys are young. It makes it really hard at times, but I like what I do, but there's sacrifices that go with it.
Well, and you know, there's people that will say that they understand, and then you find out they don't. But obviously, if she's been with you for 11 years and she's holding the fort down and doing the thing, and I mean, you couldn't ask. I can tell you right now, you couldn't ask for a better spouse.
Yeah, because the boys just finished up football, so she would take them to practice 2 nights a week, and I'd catch them when I could because I've got site-based meetings, I've got school board meetings, and then we play football on Saturday, and then we just finished up football season, and literally the next Saturday we're starting basketball. So they've got basketball practice 2 nights a week. So it is nonstop. Church on Sunday night, church on Sunday morning, church on Wednesday night. I mean, we're running nonstop.
What do you think God's got next in store for you? What do you hope He's got in store for you?
Professional aspirations. I like high school. It's a good fit. As I said, I like being able to have a big impact on things. Probably a next goal of mine would be to do something like at the central office, probably. You know, maybe assistant superintendent, and then potentially superintendent, just to have a different approach. Instead of just being at the high school, I could now have an impact on everybody in the district.
You have, well, I mean, every rung of the ladder, you have more influence, and you know, I think as long, like, you're definitely more than qualified to climb the highest rung of that ladder, you know, and I think, you know, I'm not just saying this because you're, you know, my friend, not just because you're my best friend, but you are,
It's been a long time.
but like, you know, you would crush it, you know, and maybe you need that time as assistant superintendent. If it opens up, you know, take it, man. And then if the next rung of the ladder opens up, take it, because it's not just for you. And, you know, we talk about God a little bit, but like, there's no limit to what He can have you do. And now his will might be that you stay where you're at, or something else entirely. But, you know, thing about being human. We don't know, and so I've been taught to just find the next furthest target out, aim for it, or and go, and the battlefield will sort itself out, and you'll know where to go next. So,
and I'm fortunate position I'm in. I've got two other people in the district. So the assistant superintendent, he was high school principal, and then also my instructional supervisor, she was a high school principal before him. It's like when I have something that comes up, I'm gonna reach out and talk to them because they can relate, and we can talk about things because there is so much stuff. So we've got 500 kids at school. Those kids have parents, grandparents, moms and dads. That everybody sees things different ways. And then I've got there's 81 employees if you look at everybody in the building. So that's all those people. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. And I know you want to talk about God for a minute. I'm a deacon at my church. I teach the adult Sunday school class, and we've been studying on prayer recently. And we looked at, I guess the last one would have been there in Acts 4. We just finished up that I believe it would have been Peter and John were taken in front of the Sanhedrin, and they told them, well, they just healed they just healed a lame man outside there. So they just healed this lame man, and they come in, some huge miracles. The guy's been lame for 40 years. So the Sanhedrin pulls them in because they're upset because they were doing this in the name of Jesus.
Right.
And it made them real mad. But they couldn't deny the miracle because everybody saw it and they knew it happened. But they were just mad because they was talking about Jesus and didn't want them to spread it. So they told them, just don't talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to hinder the gospel.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know it didn't work.
Right.
So they tried to hinder the gospel. And then once Peter and John left there, they went to pray.
Yeah.
And they didn't pray just with themselves. They prayed with a whole group of people.
Right.
Unity, praying together. If you're praying in one accord, God immediately answered them. They didn't pray for safety. They just prayed that they could continue to spread the message.
Yeah.
And there was a big earthquake at that time. It's in Acts 4 if you ever get a chance to read it. And then they went on their way.
Yeah.
They continued on. Just with me, we got to pray in God's will. Because if they would have prayed at that time and they didn't pray for, God's will, he wouldn't have answered it.
Okay.
But he did and lined up in a match. So with us, when we pray, I can pray for anything I want to, and God's going to give me, 3 answers? No, yes, maybe later.
Maybe later, yeah. Yeah, and I think about, you were talking about that, and I think it was Nicodemus, but this is, back when Jesus, well, actually, it was either when Jesus was, before he had ascended, or it could have been when the disciples first, started establishing, growing the church, and he said, because the Pharisees or Sanhedrin or Sadducees won, I can't remember, but they were upset. Go figure, and they were mad that either Jesus or his followers were growing and popular, but he was hey, well, if it's not, he's basically what he said, if it's not God's will, it's not going to happen. And I think,
we can pray and pray amiss.
We can, yes, and he said, think of all these. He named all these different people that were supposedly messiahs or claimed to be a messianic figure, and then their group dissolved. And he was like, but if this is not God's will, it's going to take care of itself. And we have to pray, yes, in his will, and we have to pray for his will. And it's not just about, in your name I pray, or Lord, I ask that this be your will. But sometimes it's like Jesus said, if it be possible, take this cup from me, but nevertheless, not my will, but your will be done. We can pray, but at the end of the day, we have to be willing to submit to his will and trust that his will even has our best, what's best for us and what's best for the church, what's best for his will, and being okay with that. And that's not always easy, but I was just talking to my own therapist today, and we were talking about how, like, I was talking about how blessed I am because you all, I mean, we have farmers, teachers. What does Neil do with Clear? Is it Cleary?
I want to say he works with finance,
But like, I mean, he's got a great job. You're a principal. TK is a physical therapist, you know, a mental health therapist, and like T-Mac's a teacher. Like, we all did good. And like, I can't help but feel, but we all have relationships with God. And I'm not saying that God, like, I'm not trying to say it's like God is something to be taken advantage of. I'm saying that God has blessed us tremendously. Even in my own stupidity, my own bad decisions, my own faults and failures and impulsive actions, you know, He's still blessed me. Not because of anything I've done, but because I know that He loves me and I have that relationship with Him. And like any good relationship, you have to nurture it and you have to put forth that effort. And He does. And He does tremendously more. But Bud, I know it's getting late and you got a family to get home to, but I thank you so much for coming out. I can't wait to get this uploaded. I know people that know us will really appreciate a lot of the stories we had to share. So
I should have got a haircut for come on.
I know.
My hair's actually sticking up on the sides.
Yeah.
Camera had about 15 pounds, so
it's like that they were making fun of some guy on College Game Day, I think, and they were talking about the different haircuts they got, and they looked at one of the guy. What do you tell them? Just leave the sides.
If we did get together though, all the River Breeze boys,
yes,
it'd be a good one. You have to buy you a couple more chairs.
Yeah, Walmart has this awesome, perfect couch that would go right there. I could pop that off the wall and get these. Like, we could restructure the room like that and get everybody on here. I don't know what we would talk about, but we'd figure it out. I think maybe if I get about 10 episodes in, there's a couple people I'm considering like having as like either, not that I'm going to have seasons, but like there's a couple people that I kind of want to like potentially book in, but I think regardless, like towards the end, like around the 10th episode or something, I think that would be us, all of us.
Be fun.
It'd be fun.
All right. Well, Ben, I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, dude.
Anybody watching, hope it wasn't hope you wasn't bored throughout the thing. Like one story we talked about earlier, in the last episode you mentioned, you know, all the ailments that you have. I mean, you're 34.
Oh gosh, yeah, my broken body,
you're
dude.
older than I am.
I know.
There was one time though, let's go back to every Thursday in football practice, we'd do something called roundup. So you had everybody line up, and the quarterbacks would practice throwing the ball, and we'd run routes, and we'd see who could catch them. So you was running that. We was always beside each other, so you were probably in front of me.
Yep.
And you run this route, and you didn't catch it because you stopped. You just like hobbled.
Fail.
I'm like, what is he? I'm like, you are the biggest baby. Can you just get in line and just run some routes here?
Run some routes.
Suck it up. Okay, tell everybody what happened.
Everything with what you just said, but my experience was I thought the quarterback at the time, Jackson Arnott, head coach Glasgow. I thought he
round playoffs. They're undefeated.
I thought he rocketed a ball at me as hard as he could before I even had the opportunity to turn around and look, I felt this god awful pop. I mean, it hurt so bad, and I fell to the ground, and I got up and like, dude, like something's wrong. I was like, I think I broke my freaking hip, dude. And like everything you just said, like quit being a baby, and like I had to go, like I went and like took an X-ray of it, and sure enough, there was a chip of a bone at the crest of my hip sitting off to the side, and my quad had pulled down hard enough on the top of, you know, the crest of my hip. It was an anterior superior iliac spine avulsion, and but my growth plate had done its job, but it hadn't finished like I guess setting into the hip itself, and my quad broke it off, and so
we're just running routes out there, and you're about to die.
But tell everybody real quick how you got the nickname Foot.
I was about to say that. So the foot, I literally, so where I work, nobody knows me from high school. Where I live, nobody knows me from high school. We was at a football game or somewhere. It was Little League football, and I took the boys because they were playing at Monroe. And we walk in, and somebody says, "Hey, Foot." And my kids are like, "Who are they talking to?" It's like, "That's my nickname." They go, "Well, how'd you get that?" My right foot's crooked, so I had surgery on it because like my ankles, only go up and down. I'm flat footed. I have no motion, so I ended up having surgery on my right foot. Physical therapy. I don't know if it was me that didn't do it well or the person that was working with me.
We'll blame the
well.
physical therapist. I hear they're pretty trash.
So my
TK.
So my foot, my right foot, went crooked. And it sticks out. Leah, she can't walk on my right side because I end up kicking her. If we're walking, she'll step on my foot. So she always walks. She always walks on my left.
Yeah, I've never paid attention to that, but I will now.
On my left because she always trips over my foot because my foot sticks out on the right. So we were in freshman year playing kickball in the gym. And it was like Barrett, Billy Joe, Kale, Frankie. And they go, hey, kick this ball. And they roll a 20-pound medicine ball. And I end up like trying to side kick it. And I kick the ball and I fall down like, man, foot. And after that, it stuck. So 2007, 6, freshman year.
Yeah.
I got the name Foot, and it has been with me for
That's awesome.
ever. Some people didn't even know my real name in high school. They just said Foot.
I know. So. All right, man. Let's get you out of here, okay?
It works. I guess I'm going to go get something to eat, drive through
Yeah,
somewhere.
absolutely. What could I recommend around here? That's
McDonald's?
McDonald's, maybe. Huddle House. I mean, if you're a veteran, you could go get you a free meal, but, that's all right.
You got McDonald's, though?
Yeah, well, we do. Yeah, for real. We have McDonald's. We got Dairy Queen, Arby's, Taco Bell, as my brother says, Taco Hell. And then we got Lee's.
I've got Lee's. We got Lee's. Greensburg is pretty good.
Yep. I think it's Long
John Silver's here?
John Silver, Captain D's
Is it
one.
A&W Long John Silver's best.
I think it's A&W. Yeah, I think it's that one.
That's a good. I mean, I like their cheeseburgers. Yeah. So.
Okay. Why would you get a cheeseburger?
Hey, it's A&W. It's A&W.
Oh, okay. All right, man. Let's get you out.
Who's on episode 3?
I've narrowed it down to this, and maybe I'll do a poll. But it's either going to be both of them are mental health professionals, but one will be coming from the mental health perspective. The other one will be representing the Swifties, Taylor Swift Swifties, doing a Swiftie-centered.
Who's Taylor Swift?
I don't know. I dropped a couple Taylor Swifts today at work, so. Dude wipes and all. All right.
Hey, we'll cut it at that.
All right.